Good morning, my friends, and welcome to another amazing video. Today, we are going to be rocking with Xerneas. Xerneas, that just sounds boring. Just the name Xerneas. Sounds boring. Sounds like setting geomancy using redirection. How boring does that sound? We've all been there. Xerneas is boring. Like, you look at the series, we're using weakness policies, Zentas, and Guillotines, and Kieran Blacks. How am I going to make Xerneas fun? Well, sit back, max relax, let's get right into this. I have a super cool idea that works very, very well with Xerneas that I bet no one is going to see coming, and it's going to absolutely blow your mind. So let's get right into it. Xerneas, what does it really bring to the table? Why do people even like Xerneas? Xerneas gets Fairy Aura, which makes all fairy attacks have a 1.3 boost, even your opponent. So all fairy attacks get a Life Orb boost, which is absolutely nuts. Most people like to use it with a Power Herb, right? Power Herb being an item that makes it so you can use a Geomancy, which is basically the best attack in the game, which normally would be a 2-turn charge move, giving you a +2 boost to your special attack, special defense, and speed. You can use that in 1 turn. So if you can steal a Geomancy, you are going to win the game. And I know this is like VGC 101, but you know, a lot of people watch these videos that don't watch other videos. So we're going into why this is good. Doubling your stats is always good, and this is like basically using 2 Quiver Dances in 1 turn. It's kind of that busted. So we're gonna definitely want Protect here. Definitely gonna want Geo, definitely gonna want Dazzling Gleam, definitely gonna want Moonblast, and I want to actually run you guys by this. I want to run people by this because I get this question a lot. They're like, why don't you see Xerneas using Flash Cannon? Why don't you see Xerneas using Thunderbolt for Kyogre? Let's actually go take a look at the damage calculator, right? If we go into the damage calculator, plug in a Xerneas here, plug in a regular old Xerneas, be sure to set this up to level 50. Guys, always be using damage calculators. Let's just let's plug in Moonblast, and you know what? Let's plug in Flash Cannon. And you know what, just for fun, let's plug in Thunderbolt here. So Thunderbolt. So a reason why you always see Xerneas only ever use fairy attacks is because, like I said, it's because of that Fairy Aura. Fairy Aura being able to give a, that's not your item, well, Fairy MZ, we're not checking at that. Let's see, Fairy Aura. So Fairy Aura right there just changes back to nothing. The Fairy Aura giving that boost there is going to make you do a lot more damage. Let's actually plug in against another Xerneas here. And remember, Fairy Aura does not stack, contrary to popular belief. So if we plug another Xerneas here, set this to 50, you can actually see a Moonblast does more damage to another Xerneas than a Flash Cannon would. So because of the fact that we stab it, which is 1.5, and the 1.3 on top of that, that's actually more damage than just a double of a move that's not stabbed. So that's why you actually always see people just use Moonblast. But then I see people saying, like, why not for things that you're not neutral against, like something like Zacian, you know, because Xerneas doesn't get any super effective moves against a Zacian. Even if it did, it wouldn't really matter. You're still doing more damage with a Moonblast being resisted than a neutral Flash Cannon because it's a stab and a 1.3. So hopefully this, you know, clears up a little the mystery as to why Xerneas has always run Dazzling Gleam and Moonblast and not things like Grass Knot and not things like Flash Cannon or Thunderbolt or any other things. There's a slight exception he made for Psyshock because that hits defense stats and can be using Amoonguss, but that's very, very slight. You don't see it that often, and even when you do see it, it's still not good. So this is why you see this Xerneas set, and I know I've taken about 3 minutes to explain why this Xerneas set is good, and you're probably wondering, this is super easy Xerneas stuff. How are you going to make this fun? This is how we're going to make it fun. Get ready to have your minds blown. We're going to use Zoroark. Zoroark! The best Pokemon in the game. Zoroark has a super cool ability called Illusion. This Pokemon appears as the last Pokemon in the party until it takes direct damage. So when you send out Zoroark, it copies the 4th Pokemon in your party, the Pokemon that you select last. And, you know, one thing about Zoroark is when you send it out, it doesn't activate abilities. So like if I were to copy Zoroark and have Zoroark be an Incineroar, and I send out Zoroark and it's disguised as Incineroar and there's no Intimidate, they know that's Zoroark. We are going to use that to our advantage and make it copy a Pokemon, or make a Pokemon, actually, I'm getting too ahead of myself because this is so freaking cool. We're going to use Pokemon and not use their correct abilities to make them think that it's a Zoroark, and then it's not going to be Zoroark, and they're just going to lose the game because of it, and it's going to be hilarious. So the Pokemon that we're going to be trying to make opponents think is Zoroark is going to be Indeedee. Guys, if we were to send out an Indeedee female, and they would think that we would set Psychic Surge. So when they see us lead Xerneas and they see us lead Indeedee, and then they don't see that Psychic terrain, they're going to be like, that entity is a Zoroark and this person's an idiot. But in reality, we're not an idiot. We're just using a different entity. One that is probably, we don't want to use Own Tempo because it'll be immune to Intimidate. We want to use Synchronize, I guess. Yo, well, mouse, Synchronize. Who would have thought that would have been really good? We can switch in on like weird burns, statuses. But yeah, we're going to use Synchronize, right? And so we're going to be able to lead Xerneas entity, and we're going to be able to steal Geomancies in situations where we would never be able to normally steal Geomancies, and it's going to be hilarious because they're going to be thinking that we're Zoroark because we are not setting Psychic Surge. It's super, super big brain. So that's our set so far. We also want to surround, we want to make other Pokemon that don't have abilities that activate upon being sent out. So no Intimidates. Yeah, Xerneas has Fairy Aura, but we don't have any Weathers or any abilities that activate upon being sent out. So I think the rest of the team is probably going to be things like Regieleki. And then probably an Urshifu Water just to deal with like Incineroars and, you know, maybe not Rillaboom, but like Incineroar Landers and stuff like that. Another cool thing about copying an Urshifu here is if I have an Urshifu on the board, they're not going to be protecting against our Zoroark because they don't want to get Unseen Fisted. So it's super, super nice. I think the last Pokemon for this team, the perfect Pokemon to bring it all together is going to be Ditto. I think Ditto is so much fun to play with Zoroark, and I think these two make it... Your opponents are going to be like mind crushed, mind gamed into the next life because they don't know what Pokemon we have, and then they have to think about bringing their right Pokemon, think about bringing them in the right slots while respecting our options, and they're just never going to see any of this stuff coming. It's going to be hilarious. This team's going to win so many games, and it's going to be awesome. So now that we have our 6, we can start talking about making our EVs. We can start talking about making our moves, picking our items. I do think that we're probably going to want to run a Power Herb here on our Xerneas, obviously. I don't know exactly what we want on our Zoroark. I'm definitely going to want to Sash on this entity set based on how we're going to run it. I'm definitely a fan of a Magnet here for Regieleki, and I do think we need the Regieleki just for additional speed control. I thought about adding like maybe a Tailwind setter. I don't think we necessarily need one in this team just because Xerneas and Regieleki are enough speed control in my opinion. Then we have a Mystic Water on Urshifu, and then Ditto's going to be rocking that Choice Scarf. So as for Zoroark, I just realized what I want to run. We're going to be super degenerate, boys and girls. We're going to run the King's Rock Zoroark, one of my absolute favorite sets, with Fling. So we're probably going to be rocking like Protect here. Always use Protect on Zoroark unless you're running a choice set. It's super important. If they hit you, if they know that you're not Zoroark and you're not picking up KOs, you've lost. So you need to get those KOs and get them fast. Zoroark right here though, probably going to be using, like I said, Fling to fling the King's Rock to flinch the opponents. So like in situations where I lead Xerneas Zoroark and it's actually a Zoroark and I'm disguising it as like Regieleki and they have like a Stakataka, they can think, cool, I can trick them. They can't stop this. In reality, I can totally stop it. I can fling them Geo and then next turn double into that Stakataka slot and maybe stop it. So it's going to be really, really nice. And it's going to be a lot easier to stop it once I have my boosts from my Geo, which I normally wouldn't have in that situation. I think the last 2 slots, I know we definitely want Night Daze because I think it's one of the best moves in the game. A lot of people like to go with Dark Pulse here because it can't miss. But Dark Pulse is weaker and 40% chance to drop in accuracy. I'll take that all the way to the bank. I think the last slot here you want Flamethrower. And I think Flamethrower is pretty nice here. It generally just deals with Steel types, which I think are pretty important. We can make our Zoroark fast. It's actually a pretty fast Pokemon in general, but we can make it really, really fast, and we can make it so we have the tools to be able to deal with things like Zacian after like a +1 from a Regieleki. So that's going to be really nice. We're going to be able to like Revenge KO Zacian with like Flamethrowers and stuff like that. It's going to be pretty nice. And especially if like we disguise Zoroark as something like an NDD and we just come out and just Flamethrower, it's going to be awesome. It's going to be so cool. As for Entity with the Sash, I definitely think because we're not using Psychic terrain, like we know that we want Protect, we know that we want Follow Me, I generally do think that the coolest thing about this Entity set is we get to run Fake Out. And a lot of people don't even know that Entity Female gets Fake Out, but it does get Fake Out. We can lead Xerneas Entity into something like Kyogre Torn. We can lead with a Xerneas that's faster than a Kyogre, pop that Geo, Fake Out their Torn to stop their Tailwind, to stop their Taunt, to stop anything, and the next turn, cool, they get their Tailwind up, but like we are ready to go with this Xerneas. Deagly Moonblast, game's over. We just won, easy peasy lemon squeezy. And it's all because this Entity with Fake Out. It's super, super cool. I think the last move slot here, it's going to look really, really tech, is going to be Shadow Ball. And I think Shadow Ball is really, really nice for dealing with Shadow Rider. And Shadow Rider, because we're normal type, they can't hit us. It's super cool. As for Lecky, I think we want to go with a super standard Protect. I think we like the Electro. And if you guys are liking this little series, you want to see more of it, think about letting me know in the comments. Think about letting me know if you're excited for these videos every single time they go up. They go up basically every 2 or 3 days, and they're a treat to work on. I really like working on these because it really lets me flex my like team building strats, and stuff like this is super fun, and hopefully it works when we actually play the games. Definitely go with Detect over Protect on this guy. Remember, always use Detect if you can. It plays around the fact that Imprison Protect is very common. Imprison Detect is almost non-existent, so we're going to be fine there. Definitely going to go with the Aqua Jet. Definitely going to go with a Surging Strikes. And what is this last spot? Probably Close Combat for sure. And let me actually just think about this before we get into this. So Xerneas can't hit Shedinja. This can. This can. I'm thinking about cutting Aqua Jet, because like Xerneas really doesn't like fighting Shedinja, and I don't want to have to copy something that can. I think I am going to put the... I'm going to put Rock Slide here. Just so I want better matchup for Shedinja. My personal opinion. Remember, Unseen Fist does not make it so Rock Slide goes through Protect, but I want to be able to hit Shedinja. So the hit Shedinja, hit Shedinja, hit Shedinja. Good enough for me. And then Ditto is obviously make sure that's Imposter and use Transform, which will activate immediately upon Ditto being sent out. That's its ability. It copies them immediately, and so it's super nice. We're going to copy anything, and we're going to be a 1-1 version of them, but better because we're holding a Choice Scarf. So we're basically, every Pokemon we copy their abilities. So if we copy something with Intimidate, we could use Intimidate. If we copy something like another Xerneas that already has its Geomancy boost, we have those same Geomancy boosts, but we're faster because we're holding a Choice Scarf. So it's super, super cool. Ditto's very, very good in this format, and if you think Ditto's like a meme, like you're not giving it the amount of respect it really deserves. So let's see. Now that we got a lot of our moves done, we can start doing our EVs. I do think, like I said with the Xerneas, we'd like to be able to outspeed Kyogre. Remember, Kyogre's base 90 speed, Xerneas is 99, so we're still going to have to be timid. Let's just plug in a Kyogre over here. Normally, you know, I like using the bulky Xerneas, but with this set, I think we need to go a lot more aggressive because we, you know, are afforded the luxury of doing that. So you can see if a Kyogre were to be full speed, timid, super angry Kyogre, the fastest taking it is 156, so we want to get to 157. Which means, like, if we were just go 252, we don't get there unless we go timid as well. So, like I said, timid right there. And we take a lot of these points out. Just make sure. So, 156 looks like we need 188. So, we're basically going to be able to go 188. And then I don't know if I actually want to go like this, actually. Like, I don't actually hate something like that. As weird as that sounds. I know this looks like super weird, but I love bulky Xern. But I think I need the special attack investment. I do actually think that I need that special attack investment, don't I? I need it, right? I need it. I don't want to get diminishing returns either. Yeah, we'll just go like that. Let me actually just run some calcs. Let me run some calcs. Let's check up a Water Spout. Let's see how much damage like a 252 Mystic Water Spout does from here. Water Spout. And put a Mystic Water. Because we don't want them doing like any damage. So Water Spout in doubles does that much. Just do straight up to a Xern. Let's give ourselves our 68 points here that we had. Cuts it a little bit, and let's give ourselves a +2 Sped F boost, because we want to be able to get our Geo up before they get a Water Spout out, which is the whole reason we're doing this. That's a lot of damage mitigated. Let's see what happens if I change this from that to 252. That's not enough to warrant it. It's diminishing returns. It's so diminishing returns. Like 68 diminishes from 32 to 31 Lamau, and zero investment goes from 32 to 28. It's only 5%. No, I'll keep it. I'll keep it just like this. And I'll keep my full special attack investment Xern. And they'll be able to go for like 252 +2. Not -2 Lamau. Not +3 either. There we go. So Moonblast, you can see we can one-shot that Ogre like right back. Which is actually pretty significant. Let's see. That's timid. 2 Fairy Aura Moonblast. I'm surprised that doesn't do more damage, actually. I'm like really surprised it doesn't do more damage. But how much damage would we actually be doing? You can see Moonblast is still more damage, even more than like a super effective Thunderbolt is. Just throwing that out there. Let's just throw Dazzling. I just want to see how much it does doubles. Like it should be a 2-shot. Yeah, it's still a 2-shot, so I'd go for the Dazzling in that situation. But yeah, great stuff. That's our Xerneas spread. It's pretty dope. As for Zoroark, basically, we want to outspeed base 100s like Galar Zapdos, like Salamence, like regular Zapdos. There's a ton of base 100s that are very, very popular. And I think we can definitely like outspeed a lot of those with Zoroark, but I wonder if it's worth it. Like Garchomp's 102, Nihilego's 103. I don't think that it's actually like worth it going like you know, we can just click like that. That's what most people would click. They would definitely click most of it like that. I still think you want to go like this. Put our last 4 here, but I don't think we need like this much speed. It's a little bit min-maxing, so we want to outspeed Nihilego, which is like a 103. So like a 103 would look something like 170. So we want to get Zoroark to 171, which means we go 248. I don't think like speed tying. 248. I don't think 105s are like that popular enough that you can actually just like want to speed tie them. Like the only other 105 I can even think of is Rapidash, and I don't think it's popular enough to warrant doing it. I actually think I'll just take these EVs the way I want them, like this. So a little bit better, just a little bit more optimal doing it like this. And we still need to be timid in these situations though. In DD, it's gonna be sashed. So in this situation, like I think a set like this is gonna be probably the best that we're gonna get. We can still go attack reduce nature, it doesn't really matter. But we'll keep our EVs, or we'll keep our IVs in there. So the Shadow Ball, basically, we just want to be able to do as much damage as Shadow Rider and other like psychic types as possible. This is great for Hatterines, this is good for like Metagrosses, Dustmanes, Solgaleos, stuff like that. It'd be nice to have like a psychic attack, like actually psychic or mystical fire, but I do think this is fine, and I don't actually mind going full timid in this situation because we want to be able to fake out as fast as possible. Like this is actually a pretty fast fake out. We can see other Rillabooms and fake out them first, and a bunch of other cool stuff from this. So having a fast fake out, like basically like a 150 base speed, like we're faster than like weird, like how fast does a Mind Shell get? Mind Shell is like, we're already outspeeding things like Toxicroak fake out, which is pretty nice, but like Mind Shell is still faster than we are. Yeah, like an adamant Mind Shell would still be faster than us, but if Mind Shell didn't have like full investment, like we outspeed a Mind Shell that isn't full speed. So that's kind of nice to know. I don't think it's actually that important, but you know, who knows? They might totally mess it up. And if we can fake out their teammates just before we get fake out of ourselves, it'd be really, really nice. So that's that spread there. As for Regieleki, I do think that like we don't ever really need to go like a 252 timid set unless we're sashing it and trying to like soak damage and use our sash. So I think the only thing we really need to outspeed is Pheromosa. Remember guys, Zacian is rocking 220 base speed. Shadow Rider's 222, Pheromosa's 223. After that, the next Pokemon is going to be Regieleki, which is 277, which is, these are all the actual numbers instead of the bases. Like Zacian's 148, which turns into like 217. Shadow Rider is 220, which turns, sorry, is 150, which turns into 222. Pheromosa's 151, which turns into 223. Regieleki's 200, which turns into 277. So that whole gap between the Pheromosa and Lecky, which is huge, we don't actually need to put points in there unless we're really worried about like Scarf Ogre, which, you know, we would put like 124 points in here to outspeed like a Scarf Ogre. We don't really need to respect that because I don't think we have that bad of a matchup versus Ogre. We can just fake out a Scarf Ogre with an Entity, right? So I do think the only Pokemon we really need to outspeed is Pheromosa, which is 151 base speed, goes to 223. So we just need to put, I think, 28 points, go to 224. We're totally good there. We can go the rest of the points back in Modest and have that big Magnet Boost Transistor, a lot of damage here. And, you know, I always like to say put points in HP first, but I don't think we actually want to put points in HP first because our HP is so much higher than these base defenses. You don't want to get diminishing returns by having like double your HP from your defensive stat. That's kind of like how Blissey gets those diminishing returns. So it's better to put your points in like defense and Spidef first. And I think it's better to put more points in defense than it is to put points in Spidef. You only need about 100 points in Spidef to make opposing Regieleki Thunderbolts a 3-shot. Where with this set, we 2-shot them with Thunderbolt easily, even if they have a little bit of bulk. So a set like this is super, super good. It makes it so you don't die to like Bandit or Shrew Sucker Punches, those like Rillaboom Grassy Glides from like the Miracle Seed Grass Tree, and this doesn't kill us, lets us live in those situations. And we also have, like I said, the Spidef required to fight other Regielekis. Very, very bulky Regieleki set, very deceptively bulky, while still maintaining the same speed tier, speeding literally everything else that isn't other Regielekis. So it's still very, very good. Use this set in a lot of your games. You can take the same exact Lucky set and put it on almost all of your teams in this format. It's gonna be great. As for Urshifu, we just want to be able to outspeed regular 252 timid Regielekis in Tailwind. So that's, remember, that's going to be 277. So let's just go into our Urshifu here. Plug in an Urshifu so we can actually one-shot them back with like a Surging Strikes because we have the Mystic Water. So Urshifu right here. Keep doing the wrong one. There we go, Rapid Strike. There we go. And so, like I said, we want to be able to make like a +2 calc to outspeed Regieleki, so it's going to be +2 right here. So you can see we don't necessarily get it right there. Right there, that's still outspeeding Pheromosa, still outspeeding Zacian, still outspeeding Shadow Rider, but we want to outspeed Lecky, so we can like KO it with Surging Strikes and even break Sash and stuff like that, because it's a multi-hit move. We need about 172 points to do that. So this lets us outspeed a Lecky by 1 point. Guys, remember Regieleki over here. Plug in a Regieleki real quick. Bam. And if they go 252 timid, they get 277, we hit 278, which you can see right there. So you outspeed that by 1 point. And remember, we're going to be 252, we're going to have the luxury of being adamant. We're also going to have a Mystic Water. So you can see the Surging Strikes. super KOs, even like a big bulky boy, like big defense, like we still basically get the KO in that situation there too. It's a 98% chance to kill a full defense one, which you don't see those ever. So we're just going to be in a great spot using that set. Basically, we just throw the rest in HP. And remember, guys, whenever you're making your EV spreads, if you can throw like 60 points into a stat, that's usually enough to throw off your opponent's calcs by about 4 to 5%. So the fact we're putting 84 in here, this is definitely going to mess with people using like those choice banded Urshfus, using close combats into our Urshifu. They'll miss their KO on us. Then we'll be able to reply back, especially because they get the stat drop and we'll be able to KO them back. And I think it's just generally a pretty good spread. We want to make sure that we are adamant. Always make sure to put that last little bit of your nature. Natures are super important, you guys. You get a 10% boost to whatever stat you put your natures in. So always try and put those in your highest stats or your stats that you deem like the most important. Like with Xerneas, we had to put it in speed. It's a little bit unfortunate. With Zoroark, we had to put it in speed. It's a little bit unfortunate. With Lecky, we had to put it in speed. It's a little bit unfortunate. But with Urshifu, we get the luxury of putting it in our highest stats, so it's really nice. As for Ditto, the only stat that Ditto really does care about is its HP. When Ditto uses its Imposter Transform, it copies all of their stats, all their boosts, everything except for HP. So the only EVs you ever need to do on a Ditto are always just HP. And the only other things that you really want to do is I usually just make my Dittos look like, I think it's like this. Yeah, 132, 124, and I usually put a little bit more defense. Some people like to go full speed Ditto so they can like transform things that are faster. Remember, guys, Ditto does not transform if they like the Pokemon it's facing has like a sub up or is already transformed. Like if Zoroark was my opponent and like I was trying to transform into a Pokemon that Zoroark was already transformed as, it would not work. So in that weird situations, which might rarely never happen, I want to put a little bit more defense oriented, because more often than not, physical opponents like Groudon and Zacian and things that use sub, I want to be able to soak a little bit of damage if at all possible. So I want to be able to, you know, just basically put the last little bits like this. This is generally how I like to use Ditto. It's my personal opinion. And there you go. I think it's better to just leave it like that. It's absolutely fine. So the last thing you really want to look at is your team preview. I want to make them think that I'm going to be using Zoroark, Xerneas as my lead every single time. And so I want to make it look like that. So I want to make them think that I have like Urshifu or Lecky and having Zoroark disguised as those Pokemon. I think another thing that we're going to be talking about heavily in these games is when I go into them, if I'm going to be using Ditto, I think it's really, really important to note what slot your opponent's Pokemon are going to be coming out in. So in a general game, if I'm going up against a team and let's say they're using, I'll just go watch a game and I'll show you an example. So let's just watch a battle, go to VGC Series 10. Let's click this game. So if we pause this game right here, if we're going in this game and we're using Ditto and they are using this team right here, if they want to use their Duskmane, they're probably going to select that first. They're going to click it. They're going to go, bam, I clicked that Duskmane. And then they're going to click literally everything else. Now, Ditto would always like to copy restricteds, right? So when they click Duskmane and Indeedee, the order that they get sent out are Duskmanes on our right because it's their left, and then it's Indeedee. So that means if I ever want to use Ditto and copy their Duskmane, that means I want Ditto to be in the back, but I want the Pokemon that would be dying to be on my right. So if I want to go Indeedee Xerneas, I would not go Indeedee Xerneas, I'd click Xerneas Indeedee, because my Xerneas will get its Geo up, I'll redirect, they'll KO my Indeedee, and then I'm able to send out my Ditto and copy their Duskmane. So it's really, really important. Like I said, the first Pokemon they select is going to be on our right, which is their left, and then the second Pokemon they select is going to be on our left, which is their right. It's opposites, because the first Pokemon we select is on our left. So you have to know that when you're playing Ditto. If you guys have any more questions about that, or that doesn't make any sense, leave a comment below. I'll do a little bit better job of explaining it. But it is super, super important. Case in point, let's just switch sides so we can show it again. This is their Shadow Rider. So Shadow Rider's in the back, which means they literally pick anything to pair it with, usually probably going to be Wims or Lele. They're going to go Lele first, click the Lele, which will put Lele on our right, and then their Shadow Rider. Shadow Rider will be on the left. So that means I would, in this situation, go Indeedee, put Indeedee on my left, because I'm going to follow me, get it KO'd, and Xerneas. When Indeedee gets KO'd, their Shadow Rider's already on our left, and so I can just send out Ditto and copy Shadow Rider. So hopefully that makes sense, and it's generally a good idea to play that way if you're using Ditto, to make sure that like you're. And the reason we know they're gonna, the reason we know, I guess I just might as well say, the reason we know they're gonna click these orders is because people just like they're ordered. It's just how their team's ordered. Like if they're gonna use Urshifu, they're gonna click it at the start because it's at the top of the team. It's already there to click. Yes, I'm bringing this. Bam. Go down. Yes, I'm bringing this one. Bam. Unless they're really thinking about it and playing around Ditto, they're going to autopilot select it like that. That's just how the human brain works, which is why I know it works like that. So let's go play some games. And let's see if we can win. Okay, I can deal with this. They have Zacian, they have Indeedee, they have a bunch of cool stuff. I think there's a little bit of a Trick Room option too with like the Malamar with like the Cotton down from the Eldegoss. Pretty cool stuff. If they're going to select Zacian and like Zapdos or Zacian and like Xurkitree, that means Zacian would be on this slot like over here. So that means if I want to go Xerneas Indeedee, it'd be Xerneas Indeedee. So that means when we follow me, we send Ditto out and copy their Zacian. So we want to go Xerneas Indeedee. Remember, the whole point of this team is they're going to see that there's no terrain. And they're going to be like, whoa, that's Zoroark. And they're just going to double into it or do whatever they want. They're going to disrespect the ability for us to follow me, which means we'll follow me and it'll be really, really good. I don't think we're bringing Zoroark in this game at all. I think we definitely just want to bring the Aleki and the Ditto. So let's go. Indeedee, that's totally fine. And Zacian. So they switched it up. They totally switched it up. And this is still absolutely okay. They are going to see that their Psychic Terrain is up. So they don't actually get to know that we're not in Indeedee right now. But I do think we're fine. We're just going to be able to go for Geomancy and follow me. And they're definitely going to be like thinking that at least this slot could be Zoroark. So let's see if they want to sub. I think sub would be a really, really good play here. But then eventually we just get to send out our Aleki and we're in a great spot. And if they have something in the back that Ditto wants to copy, that's great. We could even go like follow me with Indeedee and hard switch out Zern for Zacian just to be able to pin their Zacian super hard. But yeah, we want them to KO our Indeedee sooner than later. There's the Behemoth Blade. Awesome. That was definitely going to be targeting our Xerneas slot. So there's our Sash. I want to see if we eat an Expanding Force or not. So there's a big Geo. Please KO our Indeedee. Psych Up. Or they tried to copy our Xerneas. See, they thought we had Zoroark. They tried to copy us. And we're like, not today. So we're just going to go for a D-Gleam. Get some spread damage set up for Aleki to go for Electro Web, win the game. They tried to go for Psych Up. I can respect Psych Up. Quick Attack. Not going to work in the terrain, my guy. That you set, by the way. You set that. That's not on me. Guard Swap. You can totally have that. Like, I'm going to literally follow me forever. Like, it'll never work. Follow me for days. This person doesn't even know. This person doesn't even know because they set the Psychic Terrain as well. That's kind of lame. We didn't get to use the perfect combo. But I will take this one. There shouldn't be a way that we lose this. Because basically they let our Zern get a free Geo up. Big, big, big damage there. And we still wanted to KO the Indeedee, so it couldn't do anything weird. And now we just basically, we could send out Ditto. I think that sending out Regieleki is just going to be a little bit better. Save that Ditto in the very back. But we can pin the Zacian. You know, we're absolutely fine. So Dazzling Gleam, Electro Orb again. Be able to clock a Aleki or a Zerk Sash if they have it. Be in a great spot. So we'll see. Yeah, I think Xerneas is underrated right now. I think it's still a part of the big three, but I feel that the way that people play Xerneas is so one-dimensional. Like, okay, Xerneas, Incineroar, Volcarona, and it's so boring, right? I get that. It's super, super boring. But this team is awesome. I think it's super cool, and it has so many fun and little intricate matchups. But this guy's super pinned. I do not see a way that this guy gets out of this, like, at all. We KO right there. Double KO. We don't even need the Aleki. And we're just going to try and not show that we even brought Ditto. So let's see what the last Mon is. Is it going to be Zapdos? I don't know if you bring Zapdos here. I'd bring Zapdos, I think. No, they say GG. I'll say GG back. Oh, they just scoop. All right, well, we take those. Another one. Okay, Shadow Rider. Again, like if they're going to be picking their things, Shadow Rider's in the middle, right? So if they're going to be surrounding with Indeedee, that means Shadow Rider would be on our left. So we would want to go Indeedee Zern in that situation, like in that exact situation. It's unfortunate that we're fighting so many Indeedees because they don't know that we're not Zoroark. It's kind of lame, but I think it's still all right. So we're going to go Indeedee Zern. We're going to bring Aleki again. Oh, actually, do we want to bring Aleki? I think we bring the... Do we bring Zoroark? It'd be really funny if I sent out Zoroark, copied Ditto. It would actually copy Ditto, and it wouldn't copy anything. But then it would be Zoroark, and they would just think that we just forgot to add... they would think that we just forgot to add the imposter ability. That's super funny. I think you still go Lucky, and then we'll go Ditto. Yeah, I think there's arguments to be made for going Urshifu here, but we don't need it. Xerneas is going to win the game. Cool. So right now, this is perfect. They're like, where's the Psychic Terrain, huh? Where'd Psychic Terrain go? I don't know. I can't see Psychic Terrain. I actually think we can just go Shadow Ball here. Like, I actually think we just do this and just protect. Is that the right play? That should be the right play. Let's do it. Let's go. You can Roar Veil. I don't care. Astral, not going to do it. We are a normal type. They thought they'd be hitting our Zoroark, and we totally do eat the Blizzard. The only way this goes bad is if they freeze us. Not today. And you're going to get ticked out by the hail. Oh, we take those all the way to the bank. Indeed, busted. And they're just like, I don't even know what to do right now. I don't even know what to do. But I do know that I can just go, follow me. And then, I don't really want to deal with that, but I will Geo here. That Ninetales does outspeed us. And we follow me just to stop them from going for like something crazy onto our Xerneas slot over there with the Marowak. But yeah, Geo's great here. We're going to be able to really, really soften up that Ninetales. And I think I'm actually going to go... Let's see. Lucky's not great here, like, at all. Let's get that straight. I really want to soften up that Marowak. I think I'm going to Moonblast it. I think I am going to Moonblast it. I think I'm going to Shadow Ball it if they want to let me do that. I mean, I could also Moonblast here, but I think it's sashed. I mean, Dazzling would just KO Ninetales. So let's just go let's just go T-Gleam. Oh my god, it didn't KO. Wow. Alright, that sucks. Yeah, Blizzard's going to KO our Entity, chunk our Ninetales. We're probably going to eat a Flare Blitz here. Fire Punch. Okay. There's one more turn of Hail, so we will die here. We have to send out a Lucky, don't we? Or we can send out Ditto? Ditto's not good here, like, at all. We get to Blizzard, and then we don't kill the Marowak. I don't want to copy a Marowak. I think we have to switch. I think we have to send a Lucky and a Hard Switch out Ditto and copy that slot and switch. So we just protect here. I guess we can just go for Electro Web. There's not, like, a reason why we wouldn't. Because it wouldn't stop the Electro Web. Even though they have Lightning Rod. It'd be funny if they just have Rockhead. But they wouldn't have Rockhead because they have Fire Punch. Xerneas will die if I keep it in here. And they're probably protecting. Let's just do this. This is fine. So we take their Marowak. There's a Protect. Yep. Cool. Get the Ninetales for free. Yep. Awesome. And so now we're basically their Ditto. But we're basically their Marowak, but faster. So we can pin them super hard. Yeah, this is fine. So Electro Mega Sword, Xerneas outspeeds there, and we just go for just a Shadow Bone here. And so this is the last turn. Hail's not doing damage, so we had to get our Xerneas out of there. There's the Electro Web, not really doing anything to the Marowak. It's going to break into D-Sash if they have it. Ditto's going to outspeed their Marowak, take the KO, and now it doesn't really matter, and we just win. They can expand until the cows come home. We got a Xerneas in the back. We got the horses in the back. Xerneas big busted right here. I wonder if they're Scarf. No, we outsped with our Marowak, so we're fine. It sucked we Shadow Boned, because like we're stuck there. Hopefully we're stuck using Shadow Bone, because we're Scarfed, but oh, we take those out. Close game. Close game. But you know, they totally thought it was Zoroark. Like, they totally thought this was Zoroark. It was funny. Because they went for the Astral, right? And we absolutely, like, walled them out. Maybe a couple misplays bringing the Lucky. Probably should have brought the Urshifu. But other than that, cool game. But I know we can do better. Right, this is it. And this is the one. Because there's no Psychic Terrain, right? So when I click, when I lead Entity and they see no terrain, they're going to say, that's Zoroark. And then I just go redirect, set that Geo. Let's see though. They're gonna have Curem, so Curem would be, if they select it at the lead, it's gonna be right here. And so I would like to copy that. So I want to go NDD on my right, which means I select Xerneas first. So these two like that. Do I want a Lucky here? I think Amoonguss is gonna be a pain in the butt. I think Amoonguss is still great. I think Ditto is obviously, like I said, Ditto's coming. A Lucky does not want to fight Chomp. A Lucky gets outsped by Scarfed Arm, so I don't want to deal with that. I think we bring the Urshifu here. Cool. Let's go. Yo, we got this. There, just like I said, there's the Curem. And so right here, I think I'm super fine. Because they're like, they're going to think that they can fake out, but I can fake out them first. So I'm probably going to fake out that Goth and just Geo. It's sick. I love this. Right now, they're like, that's Zoroark. I can hit it. Can't hit anything. Flinched. Ice burn into my Zern, bro. You disrespect, and you got the burn. Never Lucky. Straight never Lucky out here. I can't believe they just power herbed that. What if I just clicked anything else? That sucks. Dazzling will get the KO here. I think Dazzling plus Shadow Ball will get the KO on the Goth too. So let's see. It sucks we're burned. Oh, we got about 2 turns left. Let's see if they play this Protect. Boo. Gothitelle did flinch before the Curem did, so they did try and fake out there too. So shout outs to them, making the right plays. I could have just went double Protect. That's so frustrating. But I didn't want to get, like, imprisoned or something weird. Oh, well. Helping Hand. Nah. 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 Hey. Go die. All right. Let's see. We got about 2 turns left on this turn. All right. There's the Darm. we should be outspeeding here. I actually think I'm just going to go Dazzling Gleam. I think I'm going to just follow me. As weird as that sounds. I kind of want to switch in and just copy that Darm too. I will actually do that because they're going to have to send out their last Pokemon, so I'm going to do that. Oh, wrong way. Oh, we are trapped. A freaking Shadow Tag. I'm an idiot. Yeah, D-Gleam then. I guess they'll just follow me. Just in case they want to lock themselves into like an Ice Attack and they're Scarfed or something. Ally Switch, we take those. Dumpstered! Xerneas still be busted out here. Didn't even use the Zoroark. Didn't even use Zoroark! The illusion of Zoroark won us this game. There's the Naganadel. Naganadese! Alright. And we went for the Shadow Ball in case they were sashed. Cool. That's what I'm talking about. Yo, that's a good win. That's perfect. Give me Groudon's okay. I can deal with Groudon. Yeah. So Groudon's first over there, which means if they select Groudon as their lead, which they could. We don't have any Intimidators. It'd be over here. So I want to copy that. So I want to go Zern here and Indeedee. If we want to go follow me, they'd be able to take out the Indeedee and we'll be able to send the Ditto correctly. I don't think we need a Lucky. I don't think we need Zoroark. I think Urshifu is okay. Oof, Urshifu's poo-poo. That's close combat. I think, I do not like Urshifu here at all. I don't like any of these, actually. I think Zoroark might even be just a little bit better. But I'll go Urshifu, I guess. I'm not a big fan of Urshifu here. So there's a Groudon, just like I said, we were able to tunnel it into that situation. I think this is actually totally fine. I think you want to fake out the Venusaur here instead of just like follow me because we want to make sure the Venusaur loses its sash. So right now, remember, they think that this is a Zoroark because there's no Psychic Terrain. They're like, Lamau, that guy tried to lead Zoroark and it's copying an Indeedee, and since there's no Psychic Terrain, they think it's Zoroark. So we're able to go for this Geo for free. And a free fake out, which they would never see coming. You can totally P-Blades me. I don't think that matters. There's the Geo. And P-Blades. Yep. Oof, never lucky. Awesome. Yeah, I like this a lot. And we're able to just go for, let's see. Should I just Moonblast that Venu? Will I get the KO? I don't think it's vested. D-Gleam will not get the KO. I think I might actually... Do I want to D-Gleam? I think I might Moonblast this Groudon and just follow me here. I could also just... D-Gleam... Or I could also just Protect and lose this thing. I think I'm fine doing this. I think we're going to hit the Groudon. That's a lot. That's nice. Pinch Berry, he was super bulky, otherwise he was dead, by the way. So Sludge Bomb, this is going to be a single target P-Blades. Can you hit? You cannot! Yo, we take those. We actually would have barely lived it anyways. We would have barely lived it anyways. And now, we have the Scarf Ditto. Oh my gosh, what's your set, Chief? So that last Moonblast did 87, which means this should KO. And I'm just going to Heat Crash it. There's a Protect. You can totally do what you want with this Venusaur. I don't really care. Sludge Bomb ain't gonna do it. No poison, never lucky you. Bam! Heat Crash. I'm fast, I'm strong, I'm Groudon. I'm big Groudon right now. The biggest Groudon the world's ever seen. How funny would it be if we actually switched out and like, I think we have to Protect here. Because they don't have Sub, right? They have Swords Dance, I don't care about that. Just protect the Xerneas. Hard switch this out. Urshifu's great here. So we know they can't sub because Ditto saw their set too. That's so nice. You can P-Blades me. Yep, won't kill the Urshifu because we bulky, boys and girls. Alright. And we should be able... I think D-Gleam is more than enough. I'm wondering if that's Chopple because I already showed like big defensive berries. I don't want to lose here. How much damage will that actually do? The first Moonblast did 87% and they're still at 45. I actually think we have to Moonblast this and close combat the Incin. I don't really want to do it like that, but I want to make sure that we take the Groudon out. Yeah, we're adamant Urshifu. And again, the only Incineroars to be able to eat that would be Chopple Berry. So we take those, and they scoop. Perfect game. It went exactly how I said it would. I love this. This team is so cool. I still want to see if I can fight Kyogre. That's not really a Tauren Ogre team, but Mantine's still really good. I think I'm going to play against this. There's a lot of big steel types over there, but I think we'll be alright. Raichu's a pain in the butt. We definitely see their Ogre here. I wouldn't be surprised if they went like Ogre Raichu, so it would be Ogre on the right, then Raichu on the left. That means we want to put our Indeedee on our right, so we want to go like that. And then I think we want to bring Urshifu, because Urshifu's great for like those things if we get the correct control. And then just Ditto to copy their Ogre and just roll them over. Perfect! Yeah, we got this. We got this. Show me the Ogre, and I'll show you what I'm working with my crazy Xerneas team. They shouldn't be leading with Scrafty. I could see leading Cart to an extent, and in that situation, we'll just use Follow Me, and they'll think we're a Zoroark, because we don't have Psychic Terrain. Xerneas neutral. Entity F. About to be getting these wins. You gotta watch out for wide guard. Big wide guards on Aegis / and Man Team potentially, but I think we're gonna be okay. I think we're gonna be okay. Let's see what they lead with. I bet they're scared. I'd be scared too. There's the Raichu, just like I said. There's a Scrafty. All right, so double fake outs. Like, imagine if I just had a real entity. We would just win. Yeah, we're just gonna go redirect. We're just gonna double protect first turn, and the next turn redirect Geo will be fine. I want to see if the Scrafty's Dragon Dance, and that'd be kind of nutty. Shouldn't really expect a Dragon Dance from Scrafty, but we'll see what they want to do. I think Raichu with the balloon. Super weird to see the balloon there. I wonder where the sash is. It might be on the cart. It's probably on the cart if it's not going to be on the Raichu. But I mean, we get the Geo up. One Dazzling Gleam, and this one's over. Fake out in the Zern slot. Dragon Dance? Taunt. Yo, fake out taunt. I can respect that. I can respect that. But you know what? Sorry, friend. Not in my house. You can nuzzle something else. Yep. Nuzzle goes into the entity like I care. You gonna taunt me? Don't taunt. Don't even taunt. Like, don't just literally click anything else. Click a dark attack. Taunt, bro. That's fine. We take those wins. We take these wins. Gleam. It'd be really cool if like I copy my Ditto to take the Raichu to soak in the nuzzle. But I think we're just gonna go for the Geo, get a double KO here, and then hard switch in the Urshifu to get a pin up. Pins up. Raichu down. Sash Scrafty. Yo, you don't see that often. Fire Punch. Yo, do you get the burn? Never. Lucky. Sash Scrafty. Well, now I've just seen everything, right? I do think that we probably do want to just protect our Zern for this turn, soak in some attacks there, and just go for our close combat. No reason to just throw this away. There's absolutely no reason to just throw away our Zern, like, at all. There's no reason to do that. So protect here, block that Smart Strike like an absolute champion. CC, baby. We already saw the Sash, but you can't have it. So you're going to send out their Scrafty here. They're going to have us a little bit pinned, but we do have a Geo up. So we're in it. Oh, they're just going to scoop. We take the wins, guys. We take the wins. Hopefully you guys liking this series. If you want to spin the wheel for yourself, thinking about checking out our Discord, it's completely free to join. Everyone can join. We have Unite tabs where people are making teams to play like, squad Unite games. We have this wheel that people can spin in our VGC chat. We're a pretty active Discord. We have over 5,000 members. Like I said, it's completely free to join. So think about checking it out. Other than that, if you guys did like this video, think about leaving a comment. Did we match on Dustwing, Domwings, and the other ones? There's so many Pokemon we still have to use this wheel for. So hopefully you guys liking this series. If you do like it, let me know. If you don't like it, let me know. And other than that, I will see you guys next time. Peace out.